This question is also from Mr. McKeague's math book, section 6.3, number 1. The story is, on a 120 question test, a student answered 84 correctly. Now the next sentence tells us what to do. What percent of the problems did this student work correctly? What percent, that's our unknown. Of the problems, this is 120. We have 120 problems total. What percent of those problems, that 120, did the student work correctly? And we can say that as what percent times of is always times. What percent times the problems, 120, what percent times 120 is 84. Is always equal. What percent of 120 is 84? Now, think about this for just a minute. Reread the question and see, is that what the question asks? Yes, on a 120 question test, a student answered 84 correctly. That's our information. Now, what we need to do, what percent of 120 is 84? Now we have exactly the same situation we did in 6.2. We've written our English problem, our story. We've written it in math. And so now we just divide, now we divide out. 120 goes into 120. If we do both the same thing on both sides, so our equal sign stays equal, okay, same on each side. 120 goes into 120 once. 1 times n is n. So now we have n by itself, just like the last section. Now we need 120 into 84 to keep this equal. Same thing on both sides, so we don't end up lying. So we're going to work that 120 goes into 84. Well, it doesn't. So we put our implied decimal point that's to the right of every whole number. We put it where we can see it very obviously. Put it up here so we don't forget it. 120 goes into 847 times. 7 times 120 is 84. We've hit the end of the road here, and we know our answer is going to be 0.7, which is the same as 70%. So anytime you add the percent sign, and you need to know this now, you need to know it for your final, you're going to move the decimal point 2 points, 2 positions to the right, and add your percent sign. If you wanted to take this percent sign away, you would take the implied decimal point to the right of every whole number, move it 2 positions to the left, put your decimal point there, and take the percent sign away. So you've gone back to this method of saying what it is. But 70% is our answer. 70% is the number of questions answered correctly. So we could say 70% times 120 is 84, or 84 is 70% of 120, and you might have written that. 84 is 70% of 120. Another way you could write it, okay? So you change the story, and you could work the problem that way. You change the English story into a math sentence, and then you have exactly what we did in number 6.2. All right, and if you have questions, just put them below, and I'll be happy to answer you.